I see the value in my own work, but...
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Add Astro. Thank you for. Add Astro.
Interfere with the mixing process if you think your
Is the ability to not get lost in space.
Full throttle!
ഹായ് ഹായ് എടാ ഞാൻ വോയിസ് വയ്ക്കാത്ത ഇന്നലെ നൈറ്റ് വെച്ചില്ലല്ലോ. ഹായ് 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 ഹായ്. ഇന്നിരുന്ന് മറ്റേ ആക്ട് 5 കൂടി തീർക്കണം. അതിലെന്തോ 500 ക്രോമോജം എന്തോ കിട്ടൂലേ? എന്താ ഇതെന്തോടാ? ആക്ട് 5 തീർക്കണം. സ്റ്റോറി ക്വസ്റ്റ് കൂടെ തീർക്കാണോ? ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. കൊള്ളാം, നല്ല യൂണിറ്റ് തന്നെ. മൗവിക്ക് ടീമിനെ ബഫ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുന്ന കാരണമാണ്. ഒരേതൊന്ന് വാങ്ങിച്ചിടാം. ഇതൊന്ന് എത്രയാണ്? ഓക്കെ. Okay. The location can be used by another quest. What a question, bro. ട്രൈബിന്റെ ഫുള്ളും തീർക്കണോടാ? അതിന് മുന്നേ ട്രൈബ് തീർക്കണോ? എന്നിട്ട് ഫയലോട്ട് കയറിയാൽ മതിയോ? ഇത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ടാ മതിയോ? ഇതാണ്. എങ്ങനെ വേണോ അതാ ആണോ പിന്നെന്ത് ഇത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല ലൊക്കേഷൻ കറന്റ് another course complete the quest or enable focus experience no ട്രൈബ് ഇത് ഏത് ട്രൈബാണ് മറ്റേ ഇവന്റെ അല്ലേ ഇതായിരിക്കുന്നു നാവിക കിഡ്ലാൻഡ് സ്റ്റോറി ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല നാവിക കിഡ്ലാൻഡ് സ്റ്റോറി ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല ഏതാ ഈ ട്രൈബിന്റെ അല്ലേ ഇത് ഇതിന്റെ അല്ലേ അപ്പൊ ഇതേ അത് അത് ആർക്കും ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ തീർക്കാൻ എന്ന് തോന്നണാണോ ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ ഇപ്പൊ ഏതായാലും ഇത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്താൽ പോവാം
Something's hiding behind that stick. Aw, it's a baby ectomisaur. So cute. Although, why is it staring at us? Traveler! How long was Paimon out? Paimon locked eyes with that baby ectomisaur for like a second, and then she was suddenly pulled into this strange... Any idea what happened? Traveler? Hey, what's wrong? Look, it's that baby ectomisaur! Seems like it wants us to follow it. Paimon's adventurous side says we have to see where this leads. Wonder if we're allowed in here. Oh, the door opened all by itself. Take it. Aw, the ectomisaur from earlier. It's really here. Then let's go introduce ourselves. Hello there. Okay. Probably doesn't understand what we're saying. Doesn't look like any cogs are turning in there. Whoops, sorry. No offense intended.
You there! You dare disrespect our elder? Oh, you mean... Oh, I see. Sorry, my mistake. Apparently you are here by invitation. In which case, some introductions are in order. I am Kaholam, one of the priests of our tribe. And this is our ectomisaur elder, the great Tlapokpokteets-Tatel, a living totem among the masters of the Night Wind.
Whoa, that's quite a tongue twister.
In truth, we usually go with Elder Tlapo for short. You are welcome to do the same. Ah, I assume you're referring to our elder's special ability. Elder Tlapo has been alive for many centuries and harbors secrets that even we priests are at a loss to explain. so your reaction is entirely natural. But one thing I can say for sure is that Elder Tlapo has appointed the two of you to an extremely important task for...
What sort of task? And what kind of task?
If it's all right with you, I'll take you to see our chief. He's in a much better position to answer your questions.
Okay, sure.
Very well. Then please follow me. You can use this scroll to go directly to the obsidian altar, where the chief is. Don't worry, it's just one of the many mystical abilities of our tribe.
Whoa, what was that just now?
One of the routine duties of a priest. We attempt to contact the spirits of our ancestors to seek epiphanies and revelations. The chief is just over there. Please wait here while I have a word with him. I'll just be a moment.
Well, the Masters of the Night Wind are definitely living up to their reputation as the
All right, I've told the chief why we're here, and now...
So, you two are the appointed ones.
So tall.
Unusually so. Yes, I am aware. But I assure you, it's no cause for alarm.
Oh, no, of course not. Sorry, Paimon just reacted without thinking.
Ah, yes. Kaholam told me about that. As outsiders to our tribe, this is probably the first you've heard of such appointments. I'm sure the whole thing seems very confusing. Throughout our history, only members of the Masters of the Night Wind have been appointed to undertake these tasks. This is the first time an outsider has ever been chosen.
Really?
Allow me to explain. Our tribe has an old tradition of recording history in the form of woven scrolls. And not just our own history. We record the legends and heroic feats of all other tribes as well. It is a tradition we have observed for many centuries. We treat it as a solemn duty. However, when a major event occurs that affects all of Natlan, we record it on a different kind of scroll, used for this exact purpose. And these scrolls can only be woven by someone of the Iktomisor Elder's choosing. When the Iktomisor Elder senses a major change in the ley lines, it will issue a formal declaration to appoint a creator for this scroll.
Whoa, so you mean...
Elder Tlapo sensed a ley line change quite some time ago, but had not yet designated the scroll weavers until you arrived.
Okay, but just so you're aware, we don't know the first thing about weaving scrolls.
As a matter of fact, that does not surprise me at all.
How come?
In the 200 years that Elder Tlapo has held this position, none of the appointed ones have ever been experienced scroll weavers.
Does that mean 200 years of major historical events have gone unrecorded?
No. They all submitted scrolls in time, yet each of them claimed it was not their own work, but a gift from the spirits.
Man, this tribe gets more mysterious by the second.
Yes, well, the notion that we have to rely on esoteric things like gifts from the spirits to record historical events of such great importance. It is unsettling.
Huh. That's pretty surprising to hear, coming from the chief of this tribe.
I can imagine. You probably see the Masters of the Night Wind as a people shrouded in mystery, who pride ourselves on our arcane practices. But I am something of an exception. I may be the chief, but when it comes to our traditions, I'm in fact a proponent of change and reform. I have dedicated my energies to deciphering the many mysteries of our tribe. In doing so, I hope to establish clearer rules that will help sustain our traditions in the future.
Wow, that sounds great! So have you figured out the mystery of the gift from the spirits?
Sadly not. It is something I've been investigating for a long time, but I have yet to uncover what this gift truly refers to. Only a small handful of events over the years have been recorded on these special scrolls, with decades between each one. And by the time the next scroll weaver is appointed, my time as chief will be long gone. I will not be in a position to investigate as thoroughly.
So...
While I haven't gotten to the bottom of the matter, I have made some progress. But the only way I can develop my theories further is with the cooperation of the Appointed Ones. Precisely. It's nothing to be worried about. Simply a means of validating my current hypothesis. It shouldn't take you long, nor will it put you in any danger. I can explain everything in detail when we get to the site of the test. But first, please wait a moment while I change out of the soul-shielding cloak. This garb is one of our important cultural relics, handed down by generations of chiefs. It is only to be worn when conducting certain ceremonies.
Oh!
Please, follow me. Do you see this scroll? If you touch it, you will enter a hidden space. Today's test is, quite simply, to find a way to escape that space.
That's it?
I assure you, it's not as easy as it sounds. If you cannot find your own way out, I will of course intervene to bring you back here. But then, we will be no closer to solving this mystery. Good. Simply touch the scroll to begin the test.
Whoa, we really did get teleported. It seems like this place is completely sealed off. Doesn't look like there's an exit anywhere. Let's take a look around and see what we can find. There are so many woven scrolls here. Paimon remembers seeing some of them before in other tribes. They seem to record historical events. This one really stands out from the rest. For starters, it's the biggest of them all. Wonder what story it tells. Yeah, you're right. Over there, something just flashed. Traveler, did you catch that? Oh, right. Paimon's with you. Aha! There is something hiding here! Yep, this looks like our ticket out of this place. Whew! We finally made it out!
It is just as I thought. You are indeed capable of under... Yes. You saw many distinctive-looking scrolls there.
Sure did.
This specific kind of scroll was left to us by our ancestors. Upon investigation, I discovered what sets it apart is the use of a color, not feature. It is a most mysterious color that most people cannot even detect. I myself had to employ special techniques to confirm its existence. Yet there are those who are born with a natural ability to perceive it.
You mean...
That space you just entered was an exhibition room for storing this variety. Centuries ago, a great shaman by the name of Huitzilin put in place a security measure so that anyone who entered the room without permission will become trapped inside. It exists to this day. And although I have not managed to decipher how it works, I have at least found out how to turn it on and off. Once someone is trapped inside, it is all but impossible for them to escape without outside help, unless they share the great shaman's ability to perceive that strange color. Clearly you must have this ability, which leads me to believe that our Iktomisor Elder...
Another secret power? Traveler, you are full of mysteries. Still, having this ability doesn't change the fact that neither of us know where to start with weaving a scroll.
Don't worry about that. The method for weaving this kind of scroll appears to be largely the same as for an ordinary scroll. The main difference is in the dye that gives it its unique color. If my suspicions are correct, this dye is the key to weaving the scroll. And your special ability is the key to obtaining it. The dyeing process is also a little different from the norm, but I don't anticipate any major issues there. As long as you two can source the dye itself, I can assist with the application.
Cool! We'll follow your lead!
Great! Then please use your abilities to source the necessary ingredients. And in the meantime, I will have someone prepare some fabric for test. We'll make a few sample pieces to test out my hypothesis. And if that goes well, we can begin the scroll in earnest. If you agree to help, you can expect to be handsomely rewarded once this is all over. So, what are your thoughts?
Agreed! Especially if there's a reward in it. What is the reward, Bun?
Given the stakes involved for our tribe, I was thinking a substantial sum of Mora would...
Mora works too! Anyway, how do we go about finding these ingredients? Are we supposed to just keep walking around Natland until we stumble across...
Thankfully not. I've already identified a location where I suspect your guide is waiting just outside. You can...
Rev the engines!
I take it you're the ones appointed by Elder Talapo?
Yep! And...
Call me Toltec. The chief asked me to be your guide for the day. His messengers already filled me in on the situation.
Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon? So the dye is somewhere in this cave, huh?
This is as far as I can take you.
Why is that?
Kind of a long story. Apparently, there's a certain fruit that grew many years ago. Our ancestors set out to make a series of ambitious works of graffiti art. They selected this cave to make them in, presumably due to... However, they didn't want anyone to see their work before it was completed. And so, to bypass the seal, you have to have mastered the art of color perception.
Oh, right.
The strange thing is, our ancestors never removed the seal, even after they finished the graffiti art. Since it was sealed off, the only person who's been inside is the great shaman, Huitzilin. And that was 300 years ago. According to her, the artwork tells the story of a hero by the name of Kuntur. But I digress. Sorry, I'm a big fan of graffiti artwork. Once I get...
So you're sure you don't want to come with us?
I'll pass. I tried to get in once, but the seal blocked my way. I tried getting my Iktomi sword to clear it with its powers, but even that didn't work. I guess it's supposed to be a test left there by our ancestors. If you don't pass the test, you're not worthy of viewing their works of art.
Aww.
Don't worry about me, though. I wouldn't be joining you this time even if I was. Unlike our chief, I don't have the guts to challenge our traditions. This task is specifically appointed to someone by the Iktomi-Sor Elder. Who knows what bad things might happen?
Fair enough. All right, we'll try not to take too long.
Hey, not a bad haul.
Looks like there's no way past. Maybe try the same thing as before? Hey, it worked! Let's head in and take a look. This should be the place. That fruit Toltec mentioned should be the one on the wall, right? Now, the only question is, which ones do we pick? Well, go ahead, try. You saw something, right? Whatever it was, grab it. These guys' ancestors made some real works of art here. But based on what we've seen so far, it seems like there should be more to the story. Do you think maybe there's more artwork further inside? Seems kinda strange. Oh, no need. Paimon was just thinking aloud. Toltek's waiting for us, and we have a job to do. So maybe it's best if we head out now. Let's head back and meet up with Tol...
Try and stop me! Full throttle! Something to add to my collection. Rev the engines! rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
We're back, and we found the ingredients for the dye.
Sounds like you made it through the seal then. Our Iktomisaur Elder was right about you. It's getting late. Follow me.
Full throttle! Hey, not a bad haul. Rev the engines!
Toltec has updated me on your progress. Well done. I appreciate your efforts.
Sure thing. Here's the stuff for the dye.
I see. Yes. This is certainly a very different substance from typical dyes. Okay, now let's try our hand at making some samples. The fabric is ready for testing.
Got it.
Please come with me. Take a look at this. It's a woven scroll made by one of our ancestors. Ah, this is the kind of thing we're trying to make.
Ooh.
The person depicted is the legendary shaman, Huitzilin. She lived 200 years ago and was once appointed by the Iktomisor Elder, like yourselves. She was especially skilled in the art of color manipulation, and of course completed her task with flying colors. This scroll is a record of her deeds, and was most likely the work of her own hand. The quality is simply breathtaking. Sadly, since she passed away, all of our Iktomisor Elder's subsequent appointees have had to rely on the gift from the spirits to complete their work. That's a good way of putting it. My only quibble with your phrasing would be, it's not just me, but us.
Woohoo! Now Paimon's...
Bring out the samples. Now, as I mentioned, the dyeing process is a little complicated, but I am confident you will manage. Just make sure to follow my instructions carefully. The pattern has already been sketched out on the sample, so you just need to dye each block with the correct color. But you'll need to wait for the dye to fully soak in between each step to make sure the colors don't run. Ha ha ha! Good! The dye has taken to the fabric, and the pattern is crisp and clear. Next, apply all the remaining dye, and we should see that elusive signature cut.
Okay, final step. Did it work? Paimon doesn't see it.
Oh, that color isn't showing up. Oh, the dyeing has failed. No, your technique was flawless. You did everything exactly as instructed.
Then what went wrong?
It could be the weaving technique, or maybe the dye has to be applied in a different way. Oh, whatever the case. It looks like I have failed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Sorry, Paimon wishes we could do more to help.
I am the one who should be apologizing. I made you do so much work, and it was for nothing. I will, of course, honor my commitment to compensate you for your trouble, but I do hope you won't give up on this task. I plan to keep it—
Don't worry, we're not quitters. Paimon does have a question, though. This whole process of recording history on woven scrolls seems... You said yourself you're all about change and reform. Well, this seems like a pretty good place to start, don't you think? Writing things down would be easier for everyone, and your records would...
I think you've perhaps misunderstood my philosophy, but that's okay. I can answer your question.
Oh, sure.
Exploration and trial. Try and stop me!
Cool. Look
It's gorgeous!
now. Try.
Whoa, that graffiti.
In all the years since the founding of our tribe, those colors have been with us every step of the way. It is true that I seek to bring new life to this ancient tribe through change and reform. But I also understand there are certain foundational things that we cannot. The foremost of these is the way we record our history.
Oh, that makes sense.
Since the very beginnings, our tribe has always sought to bring color to history. And I have a deep sense that this is one part of our heritage that we should. So, whatever it takes, I must find a way for us to continue producing our traditional woven scrolls.
You're completely right. I'm sorry for what she said earlier. It was out of line.
It's quite all right. I'm just grateful you're able to understand where I'm coming from. Then let us hope that when we next meet, we succeed in
Rev the engines!
Huh? What's that sound? Seems like it's coming from that bridge. Oh no! Why is she crying? Should we go check on her?
I'd leave her be. The warriors of the Flower Feather Clan are a proud bunch who never show their vulnerability in public, even if they've gone wingless.
Oh, Chaska?
Good to see you again, Traveler and Paimon. Before we carry on, let's get a little further away before Koyer notices us.
So, that girl on the bridge, Koyer, you said? Should she really be on her own right now? With the mental state she's in, it just seems risky.
Don't worry. That's exactly why I'm here. Elder Alpa sent me to keep an eye on her. If she does attempt the unthinkable, I'll swoop in and catch her. I doubt it'll come to that, though. She's a fighter. A warrior, in fact. One who aimed for the sky. However despondent she might feel now, I'm confident she'll get through it. Well, in the Flower Feather Clan, there's an elite flying squad made up of Kukasaur riders. But it's an extremely selective squad. To become a rider, you need to undergo a trial where you not only demonstrate mastery of the relevant skills, but also win the approval of the Kukasaurs. Very few candidates make it through the process. Koyer has spent years training for her most recent attempt, but unfortunately she didn't pass. So it's not hard to see why she's so Sometimes, after multiple failed attempts to pass the flying test and win the Kukasaur's approval, people get so disheartened that they give up on their dream. They resolve to quit trying for good. We call those people the wingless.
Do they get expelled from the tribe?
What? No, of course not. They're still prized. We have a saying. Just as the Kukasaur treasures every feather on its body, so the tribe treasures each one of its children. This hits even harder in the wake of the war. All of our young warriors carry the future of our tribe on their shoulders. Besides, every Kukasaur falls from its nest before it learns to fly. It's practically a rite of passage. Likewise for the wingless, we always hold out hope that one day, when they're ready, they'll rekindle their dreams and keep trying. Until then, all we can do is quietly watch over them from a distance. Just like I'm doing now.
Ah, okay. Paimon hopes she'll get back.
Well, from the sound of her whistling, her confidence has been seriously shaken. No Kukasaur is going to respond to a call that sounds like, yeah. People from my tribe call to their Saurian companions by whistling or blowing a horn. So it sounds like Koyer was trying to summon a Kukasaur to practice, but the Kukasaurs are an even prouder bunch than our warriors. They would never respond to a lackluster whistle like that. First she failed the trial, and now she's struggling to even summon a Kukasaur. That's only gonna hurt her confidence further. And getting trapped in that vicious circle is the kind of thing that'll make people go wingless.
Surely there must be something we can do to.
That's very kind of you. Koyer's flying skills are up to par, but mentally she's stuck in a rut. If she wants to return to the sky, I'm going to lay low nearby, just in case she takes a turn for the worse. Let me get...
Koyer still isn't giving up. Even though Chaska said that she has to do this by herself, Paimon can't help feeling like maybe we can nudge her in the right... What if we could get a Kukusaur to fly up to her? That might give her the confidence.
Many insects have a to follow the light. Humans are the same, except we call that light hope. It's a Kukasaur! Oh my god! I was beginning to think you'd all given up on me completely.
Excuse me? Would you mind if we did some flying practice together? I think I know where I went wrong in the test now. I need to maintain a higher speed on my turns. So, I just gotta practice my bell tail slides and split S maneuvers. Also, I really want to try some stall turns and cobra maneuvers. Huh? That sounded like a whistle. Hey! Wait! Wait! Do you think Koyer's feeling better now? Well, let's go back to that bridge and check. Chaska! I summoned a Kukasaur! Although, unfortunately, someone else summoned it away again before I had a chance to go.
Oh, really? That is unfortunate. But if you can do it once, you can do it again.
You're right. You know, I almost thought about giving up. Hey, Chaska, how's Koyer doing? Huh? Who are you?
These are my, You came up in conversation the other day because I was telling them about up-and-coming warriors.
Oh, the Traveler, huh? So that's you. What do you mean up-and-coming? Anyway, we haven't met before, have we? You look so
Maybe you saw her in the stadium? Or anywhere, really. She's been all over Natlan lately, so it's not surprising that you've seen her around.
If you say so.
Goyer, Chaska. Here you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Oh, Elder Alpa! I thought I should tell you myself. We're going to redo them? How come? This is so unexpected. It's embarrassing to admit, but due to time constraints, we didn't do a proper inspection of the arena before the last round of trials began. Then we started, so we redid the inspection afterwards and found a number of issues which likely impacted candidate performance. This was entirely our mistake, and I apologize unreservedly. I know it doesn't make up for it, but I thought bringing you this message in person was the least I could do. Oh! Chaska, these people you're with.
Huh?
I have indeed. Gathering intel is an essential part of being a warrior. Plus, you've already made quite a name for yourself in that land. Actually, I've been meaning to invite you to enjoy our tribe's hospitality for some time.
Hospitality? Oh, that includes food.
Of course it does. If you let us host you, you'll be treated quite lavishly. Mighty warriors are highly revered in our tribe. Besides, we still owe you for your help during the war. Without you, we would have suffered far worse at the hands of the Abyss. So I like the chance to show you our gratitude on behalf of the whole tribe.
Mighty warriors, plural? So Paimon counts too?
That should go without saying. Your flying skills are the envy of our tribe.
The Flower Feather Clan seems like a really nice bunch of people. Wait,
Well, I'd love to stay, but I'm afraid I still have to inform the other candidates about the retrials. With our younger generation's future on the line. Wait, Elder Alpa! Let me help! The sooner everyone gets the... Very well. In that case, Chaska, could I leave you to entertain our guests?
Sure thing.
Okay. Let's meet by the Obsidian Totem Pole later. Okay.
All right, they're out of earshot. I'm just gonna come out and ask. That Kukasaur who responded to Koyer's call. That was your doing, wasn't it? I grew up with these creatures. I could tell something was off the second I saw it. Her whole demeanor seemed less like a Kukasaur and more like, well, you. So I figure you must have been pulling the strings somehow. She looked very flustered when Koyer asked for a ride. So I whistled to give her a chance to escape. And judging by the look on your face, that was a welcome intervention, huh? It's all right. If you'd rather your hidden talents remain hidden, I respect that. I won't press you for answers, and I'll keep my speculations to myself. You're the kind of person I'd still trust, even if you had superpowers. I know you'd use them for good. I think the ends justify the means in this case. She just lacked confidence, and you helped her resolve her internal conflict. If you hadn't intervened, I likely would have gotten my mom to help out instead. Although, having said that, there's a small chance she might have recognized her and seen through the whole thing. That would have done more harm than good. Yeah. Anyway, if you're free now, how about I give you that tour
Rev the engines!
They're fine. Just doing their daily
combat training? A little young.
Not to us. We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were the most elite troops in the nation, responsible for patrolling and defending. And even though times have changed, we've kept our martial spirit alive.
Hey, is that Chaska?
Chaska, you're back.
Oh, can you come?
Now's not a good time, I'm afraid. I'm showing the Traveler in Paimon.
The Traveler in Paimon? Wait, you mean that legendary warrior and legendary flying expert?
Legendary?
Awesome! It's so cool that you can fly without having to ride a Kukusaur.
Even Chaska could only do that for short distances. Miss Traveler, can you teach me some cool sword tricks?
Oh, Miss Traveler! My family's shop makes the best folk.
Let's behave ourselves, everyone. These people are here as our guests. They're going to meet Elder Alpa at Kotini. Instead of being jealous of other people's talents, why not work Cupheck? There's no point in trying any cool sword tricks until you've mastered the basics. Have you done all your sword drills today? In Yatlan. Easy does it, okay? Not every conversation has to turn into you plugging the family business.
Okay.
Sorry about those kids. They just got overexcited when they heard your name. Hope it didn't bump. This is a volcano cake that Yatlan forced into my hands. She said to think of it as an opponent.
Whoa, it smells amazing! Traveler, you want some?
That's good. Yatlan will be thrilled.
By the way, Chaska, those kids really adore you. You're way better with them than Paimon expected. Paimon figured you'd be more...
Aloof, huh? Well, to be fair, there was a period when I was like that. Around the time when I first joined the tribe. But it's a terrible attitude to have as a peacemaker. It tends to turn situations that could have had a peaceful resolution into a stalemate that can only be resolved by force. Yep, exactly. As long as other options are available, I try to avoid that at all costs. Someone once told me that peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. But peace achieved through genuine dialogue actually benefits both sides, even if sometimes the parties are only willing to negotiate because they're both armed to the teeth.
That's true. Hey, Chaska!
Uncle Cusco knows you're back, and he's coming to get you.
Oh, thanks. Traveler, Paimon. Gotta dash. I'll meet you at the totem pole up ahead. You can't miss it. It's
Wait, are you running away?
first rule of conflict resolution. Grab the fan and run before the you-know-what hit.
Trust Chaska to make even running a...
Sorry about this. Just stall him for me, okay?
Full throttle!
A golden-haired outlander and a white I heard Chaska was with you, but I suppose she's run away.
Sir.
Who am I? She's supposed to go for a checkup every 3 months to see how her abyss condition is doing. We both agreed on it. But she's already missed 3 checkups this year. That's 3 out of 4. Yes, she got exposed to abyssal energy as a young child. Then her birth parents abandoned her. It's lucky those wild Kukusaurs found her when they did, or she wouldn't have made it. Eventually, some riders out on patrol spotted her and brought her back to the tribe. The moment you took your eyes off her, she'd be getting herself into a fight, or she'd run away to be with the Saurians. She seemed to prefer them to her own kind. She might as well have been a Saurian and
That must be the aloof period she mentioned, right?
we later discovered that her exposure to the abyss had planted seeds of conflict in her heart. So, but ultimately, she's the only one who can control it. Anyway,
Yeah, don't worry about her. She seems pretty stable to Paimon. She's probably only avoiding the checkups because she thinks it'll stop you guys from worrying.
yes, I'm well aware of that. She knows she needs to be careful. If her condition ever took a turn for the worse, she wouldn't be brushing it aside like this. It's just, every checkup she's been to, they find new cuts and bruises. Nothing to do with the abyss, of course. Oh no, that's all fine. The problem with her is she's been living dangerously again. I'm sure of it. That's why she's avoiding the...
Yeah, Paimon can see.
Oh. In the past, she always had Koichi to keep an eye on her. Now Koichi's gone, and Chaska's been increasingly reckless since Koichi passed. It's like she's trying to make up for it some. Next time you see her, please tell her to be careful. If she doesn't want to do these checkups anymore, that's fine.
go. We should meet back up with Chaska before it gets any later. To get to the totem pole, we need to head north, right? Hey, Chaska. Hey, Alba.
It's all right. I bet my dad talked your heads off, huh? What did he say? I was sometimes a little impulsive.
That's putting it mildly.
The memories. It feels like it was only yesterday when we brought you back and had Cusco, and back then, no one imagined this feral child would grow up to be the strongest warrior of the Flower Feather clan.
Huh? You were the one that brought Chaska back to the tribe?
That's right. Elder Alpa was already a veteran rider by then. She spotted me while patrolling from the skies and tracked down my Kukasaur mom. Mom agreed it was time I tried to re-enter human society. But I didn't know the first thing about being civilized. I clashed with everyone who had to deal with me.
And look at you now, renowned throughout the land as a peacemaker. When the day comes that I can't fly anymore, it will be up to you to look after our tribe and our flying squad.
You know me, though. I'm not a natural commander. I'm better off as a lone wolf on the front line, so stick it out at least a few more years, okay? Give Koyer and the others time to come into their own.
Oh, stop.
Wait, so isn't the leader just the strongest warrior in the tribe? At least Paimon figured that's how you're...
Strength is certainly a core tenet in the Flower Feather clan. But strength...
If it all came down to individual strength, I'd struggle to call myself a warrior, let alone a member of the flying squad. Any fighter in the tribe could take me down. Well, sorry to disappoint you. It was something I aspired to at one point. So much so that I went adventuring in the Cinder City, Ochkanatlan, to try and prove myself. But I came back empty-handed and seriously injured. The fact that I survived was something, I suppose. But after that, I never seriously considered myself a strong fighter.
And yet, you still managed to become the leader of the flying squad, thanks to your experience and determination. All while battling those old injuries. Don't you think...
Let's shelve this discussion for now. Traveler, Paimon, there are some simple refreshments on the table.
Yes! Paimon was waiting for that part! They were for the snack stomach. The refreshment stomach still... Paimon...
Well, if you're enjoying our hospitality, feel free...
Elder Alpa? There's...
What happened? Is it serious?
It's... Some merchants showed up. Not from our tribe. They said they're... Why now? This is terrible timing. There are a few wingless that we haven't managed to reach yet, and we still haven't inspected the retrial arena.
Let me handle the other errands while you meet with the merchants. You shouldn't be trying to do everything at your...
You should help too. Seems only fair after all that food we ate.
Huh. Well, much obliged. Chaska, the remaining wingless are all people you know. Let's see. Pishika now manages the floating target balloons. Waska's probably still addicted to eyes on the feathered prize, and Junon spends her days up on the flying platform, staring at the Cinder City. I'll leave you to tell them the news.
Are you sure you don't want to reconsider, Pashika?
I appreciate it, boss. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with my life nowadays.
Pashika, they're redoing the flying trials.
Ah, did Alpa send you? I was just telling Pashika the way things are with the tribe these days. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. This here is no future for
Come on, boss. Do you have any idea how long it's been? I've been wingless for years now. I'm not cut out for that anymore. Of course, I'll do my part if we ever need to defend the tribe. But there's really no point in me trying out for the flying squad now. I've already made my peace with it. Not everyone has what it takes to return to the sky after going wingless. Elder Alpa's perseverance is something else. And it's okay if I'm not destined for greatness. I might not have the Kukasaur's approval, but with my hot air balloons, I can still reach the sky. Handling these balloons every day, seeing how the customers react, the looks on their faces.
Finding something you love doing can be just as hard as passing the flying trial.
Fair enough. It's your choice. I won't force you.
Oh, by the way, you should try taking a balloon ride if you've got the time. Once you've been up there for yourself, you'll see why I love it so much. No problem. If you ever want to give it a try, you know where to find me.
Try and stop me!
A retrial? What's the point? I pretty much treat life like it's a game. No Kukasaur's ever going to approve of that, no matter—
Muskar, I can assure you, Kukasaurs.
Well, they must be judging me for something. Maybe I lack fighting spirit, or just don't have— Don't waste your time on me. You'll have better luck with the ones who still have their heads in the— In the meantime, I think I'm gonna treat my—
Yeesh, there's wingless, then there's being a total lost cause.
Used to be a fierce warrior, actually. But fighting spirit alone won't win you the Kukasaur's approval.
Are all Kukasaurs so strict? The ones in floating target balloons and eyes on the feather prize seem pretty chilled out.
It's one thing to hang out and have fun, but quite another to take to the skies with a human life on your back. Giving a ride to someone who's unqualified endangers not only the rider, but also the Kukasaur themselves. If the rider makes a mistake, so we have a mutual understanding with the Kukasaurs. If someone isn't up to standard, we have to reject them. Hey, Junan. Gazing out at
Chaska? What are you—
The flying squad is hosting retrials again soon.
Maybe you're forgetting the definition of wingless. Elder Alpa always goes out of her way to come and tell me when a new trial is coming up, and it's nice of her to think of me. But nothing's gonna change. I'm not going to suddenly pass just because they're holding another
They're making some big changes to the arena this time, so the flying experience should be smoother than before.
No, forget it. If I was genuinely good enough to make a true rider can fly confidently whatever the conditions. Junan! They're redoing the— Huh? I guess they told you already then. Come on! What? Why? But she went wingless after her injury and spent years drifting, but even she came back and made it in the end. If she can do it, why can't— I mean, I don't have that kind of perseverance. And besides, the last thing I want to do is fail in front of her yet again. Oh, come on. You know you don't need to worry about that. All right, well, how about we just treat this as you being my mentor? Enough umming and ahhing. Let's just get up in the air and— wait! Hold on, slow down. I can't keep up.
Well, that's one way to do it.
They've been best friends since they were kids. If anyone knows how to get Junan out of her— You helped Koyer deal with her internal conflict, and now she's done the same for someone else. You know, people often talk about how one conflict leads to another and so on. But sometimes in life, things spiral in a good direction instead.
It's been a few days since the battle. Hopefully the tribes are getting back to normal. The Flower Feather clan was hit the hardest, right? That's Chaska's tribe. Maybe we should check how everyone's doing. We might be able to help them out. We've notified all the wingless on the list now, right? Where to next?
The trial arena. It's not far.
Wonder what she's doing.
I brought all the stuff over, Coach. What's next?